Today we're going to talk about how to deal with Afrocentrists. So Afrocentrists are black people that claim Amazigh Berber heritage and Amazigh Berber native lands as theirs, and they also claim that Egyptian and Carthaginian history as theirs. So this is part 2 out of 115. So I'm not gonna do all the 115 pages, that's too much, but I'm going to give you the most important ways to deal with the Afrocentrists. What the Afrocentrists have been saying is equal to a Nazi, what the Nazis have been saying towards the Jews in the old days. So I do consider the Afrocentrists as racists, as equal as Nazis, and should be banned. When Afrocentrists say to you as a native North African, you are not native, what you should say in response, okay? So you should say something like, Tunisians appear to be genetically related to Western Mediterranean population, more specifically North African Amazigh Berbers. And if they say, where's your evidence? You tell them, HLA genotype results indicate that Tunisians are related to present-day North Africans, Amazigh Berbers, and to Iberians, but not to Eastern Arabs, Palestinians, Jordanians, and Lebanese. This suggests that the genetic contribution of Arab invasion of 7th and 11th century AD had little impact of the North African gene pool. And then you continue to say, HLA class 1 and class 2 alleles and haplotypes confirm the Amazigh Berber origin of the present-day Tunisian population. And if they say, what is HLA? You tell them, HLA stands for human leukocyte antigen. So what is human leukocyte antigen? Human leukocyte antigen is a group of related proteins that are encoded in major gene complex in humans. And if they say, what is alleles? You explain to them, alleles are forms of a gene that arise by mutation. So it's a form of a gene. So as you can see, evidence back it up and summers everything up and show you how it is, how it really is, the genotype results, and everything within it. So there you have it. And we go further into the next question, what they're gonna ask you, because they might ask you things that, horrible things maybe. So plan things before you come to a conversation, or like also a debate or anything like that in that nature. So you have to come prepared, you have to have a plan, and you have to be educated. You have to know, at least not well educated, but you have to at least to know what you're gonna talk about, what you are going to talk about. So you have to have a little bit some kind of a knowledge. Because why? Because they love targeting brothers and sisters who cannot answer with straightforward. They don't even have an answer yet, because the fact that they don't have the evidence in front of them, or maybe because lack of knowledge, or maybe they just cannot answer something he's forcing them to answer. So be careful, be aware, be away from Afrocentrists, stay away from them. Only face them when when somebody is with you with a lot of knowledge. So if you feel unsecure, do not approach them, stay away from them. So we teach them the truth, and if they want to follow that path, welcome. If not, we cannot drag them. We cannot, get with chains, drag them with chains. We cannot do that. But we're gonna educate these people. Sometimes we have to be harsh with them, because if they are attacking us from every corner and all that kind of stuff, it's very important that we are a little bit harsh towards the people who are trying to destroy our religion, or trying to destroy our ethnicity, or trying to destroy the people who we love, like our mother Dihya, or our father like Masnisa, or any of the father figures to us. The haplogroup numbers can be a little bit confusing if you are not studying these issues about like ethnicity and all that kind of stuff, because it can confuse you if you say, for example, why am I not having a haplogroup number like these guys, or why not like these guys? Am I different? No, that's not the case. The case is that the haplogroup numbers indicates that you are from different tribes but from the same ethnicity. So the haplogroup numbers, different haplogroup numbers, does not mean you are from different ethnicity. No, that's not the case. It indicates that you are from a different tribe but with the same origin, with the same ethnical background. You see, so somebody can have different, for example, I give an example, a Norwegian can have different haplogroup than the Danish or the Swedish, but they have same background, same ethnical background from the Vikings. So haplogroup numbers does not only show your ethnical background, but more specifically also the tribe you come from. When Afrocentrists say black were the first people of North Africa, what you should say in response? So remember, this is scientifically proven, from a scientific point of view. Earth's beginnings can be traced back 4.5 billion years, but humans' evolution only counts for a tiny speck of its history. Scientists say humans has been around for roughly 2.5 million years. They, humans, left behind other kinds of remains and artifacts. Meshta Afalu or Meshta Afalu, it depends how you pronounce it. But Meshta Afalu, Meshtuid or Paleo-Berber are population that inhabited North Africa during the Paleolithic and Mesolithic period. Paleolithic is Old Stone Age. Mesolithic is Middle Stone Age. They are associated with the Ibero-Mauritian archaeological culture. And you can tell them further. Meshtuids are assimilated during the Nilotic and the early Bronze Age by the makers of the ensuing Capsian culture. Craniometric analysis indicates that these Ibero-Mauritians were closely related to the early Holocene Capsian of the Maghreb Tamazgha. So there you have it. And then you continue to say the first inhabitants of North Africa, the Ibero-Mauritians, were archaic Cro-Magnon. Archaic Cro-Magnon, people who migrated into the territory more than 30,000 years ago. You know, the skull they found it, yeah. So, but the 200,000 years ago, it was according to the human activity, the tools from the Old Stone period found by archaeologists. Cro-Magnon type skulls called Meshtuid skulls are found all over North Africa. Those skulls are the same bloodline of Amazighs today. They spoke Canaanite and then became Afro-Asiatic language. Multiple studies confirm that the Cro-Magnon Meshta population had been living in North Africa for a very long time. According to genetic research published in 2010, part of the modern population displays a genetic marker that is characteristic of a transition from Cro-Magnon Meshta type to Mediterranean type and is restricted to North Africa. This suggests that an expansion of the Mediterranean group took place in North Africa around 10,500 years ago. Note, when it says expansion, meaning becoming larger in numbers, expansion, that's what it means. So that also indicates the bloodline of Amazighs, North Africa, are older than 10,500 years old. So the actual activity took place around 200,000 years old, according to the Old Stone Age tools that was found in Tunisia. What anthropological studies of the prehistoric peoples demonstrate is that the Cro-Magnon Meshta type people were the sole inhabitants, meaning the sole means the only people, the only one. Type people were the sole inhabitants of the Mediterranean and North African regions, including the Canary Islands prior to 10,500 years ago, and the bloodline that links to 200,000 years old. These skulls can only be found in North Africa. They are more than 30,000 years old. And the skulls that have been found all over North Africa, the skull shape is smaller than the one in sub-Saharan areas, like Nigeria and Liberia and so on and so forth.